The American dream is a concept that is oftentimes disputed and mocked. To put it into my own words and not rely on any definition here, it's basically the freedom to do whatever you want. Make as much as you want, live where you want, raise the family you want, spend the money you want, etc. It's an ideal that has been prevalent since the country's inception, damn near. Freedom. The American dream is being able to provide for your family and to make enough to survive and live happily. However, in recent times, this idea has been disputed and broken down. Many people believe it simply just doesn't exist anymore, but we're not going to get too crazy or political here because that's just not cool. But this is a wrestling channel, so in professional wrestling, the American dream has a different connotation, and a legendary one at that. It's the moniker of one of the single greatest minds and wrestlers to ever walk the planet, Dusty Rhodes. The son of a plumber. He fit the description of this American dream perfectly, as he exercised his freedom to become a professional wrestler despite his uncanny look. He was the perfect babyface for a crowd of the common folk. He was one of the biggest stars in wrestling history, period, and my grandpa still to this day tells me stories about Dusty back in the day. Dusty quite literally left an everlasting impact on everyone who watched him, because he had it, baby. And Dusty lingo, I don't really know, man. Dusty touched the fans on a different level that hadn't been seen before. Dream competed literally everywhere, with his most prominent promotions including Jim Crockett Promotions, the NWA, WCW, and of course his WWF tenure, and WWE technically, but stop talking. He had countless memorable rivalries, matches, and moments, and some of his specific iconic rivals include Ric Flair, the Four Horsemen, and Terry Funk. When speaking of both the first mentions of those two lists of companies and rivals, they go quite hand in hand. The rivalry between Dusty and Flair is perhaps the most iconic in American wrestling history for many reasons. The main being the simple fact that they were perfect opponents. Obviously, you have your Funk and Lawlers, your Ortons and Cenas, your Bloodline storyline, your Austin 316s, but nothing really comes close to the idea of Dusty vs. Flair, the superstar versus the common man, styling and profiling against blue-collar hard-working. Duddy was the perfect babyface for the dastardly Flair to feud against because no one could have an entire country on his back quite like Dusty could. This rivalry created countless moments of its own, with one being perhaps the most iconic promo in professional wrestling history, and one that still gets referenced to this day, the Hard Times promo from Mid-Atlantic Wrestling on October 29th, 1985, and that's actually what we're here to talk about, because this Mona Lisa of wrestling microphone work deserves more love than it already gets. So, yeah, I'm not really good at transitioning, but, segue! Hello, welcome back to the channel. We are once again back in action. We really locked in right now as I got a Baja Blast in my hand and a whole bunch of thoughts about Dusty Rhodes in my head as well. Mama Boa just had her birthday today, so happy birthday Mama Boa in the comments for sure. But yeah, thank y'all for all the support recently, of course. We just hit 3.6 thousand, we passed 3.5. Whenever we hit 3.5k, I was just bumping 3.5 by Ian all day, bro. And I don't even like Ian, bro. That 3.5 just helped me sleep, but yeah, thank y'all for it. Thank you so much. We're not gonna talk too much because we all know why we here. We all know why we here. We here to talk about Dusty Rhodes. We here to talk about the Hard Times promo, and we're here to just really dive into some classic professional wrestling ball knowledge. So yeah, let's not stall like I normally do, and let's talk about the rivalry of Ric Flair versus Dusty Rhodes, a feud in which we'll see these two competitors intertwined for the entirety of their legacy in the wrestling business. The promos between these two are literally unmatched. They're undebatably two of wrestling's greatest talkers, and they always brought the best out of each other. Ric Flair, bring over that old cashmere coat over here, that hot shit. I love it, baby. I can't do it as good as Dusty, but y'all know what I mean. Duddy Rhodes opposed Rick in a way in which not many could in this era. Like, they were literally two polar opposites. There's a fucking bike outside making so much damn noise, but they're literally two polar opposites matched against each other on opposing sides of the squared circle. They wrestled each other about 483,990 times, or allegedly 17 according to Cage Match, and none of these matches by any stretch of the imagine were 7-star melts fest, but they all got what they needed to be done. They captivated audiences every time they faced off because, you know, They had such strong reactions from the crowd on their respective sides. Heel and babyface Dusty was just so over. Everyone loved Dusty, and Rick was such a good heel that everybody hated Rick besides the bitches. The bitches love Rick. The bitches love Rick. And low-key, the bitches love Dusty too. The huzz was caught in the middle, bro. It was like a divorce. The biggest matches in these feuds tended to be when the pair would face each other at 3 straight Starcades from 84 to 86. Each of these matches were excellently built to and led you to be more invested in every match they had. Whether it be the phony finish at 84, the reverse decision in 85, or Dusty's eventual decisive triumph in 86, these two knew how to keep their rivalry fresh and fans interested. Y'all complained about the Cody triumph, but that boy Dusty had to get 3 matches over a 3-year-long feud. Y'all would not have lasted back then with y'all TikTok brains these days, bro. I'm only slightly joking. However, this video isn't about the matches or even a specific match, but rather the promo that truly built and truly solidified the Starcade 85 match into legendary status. This promo is none other than the Hard Times promo. The Hard Times promo is truly cinematic in its beauty. Not to get all nerdy or fanfic here, but I think it's okay to do so about this one because it's just that damn good and should be a standard for all legendary pieces of mic work. The intensity, the true meaning behind it. Chef's kiss, bro. For those of you who are unaware of this promo, I suggest you go and watch it right fucking now. I'll give you like a pause right here to do so, then come back here. I'm doing this because this promo is truly a once in a lifetime first time view and should be treasured. I unironically listened to this promo before I shot my shot for the first time at my girlfriend because it's just something that'll truly get you going and get you ready to run through a brick wall and complete whatever mission Commander instilled for you. Anywho, to get back on track, this promo starts off with Dede being introduced and interviewed by David Crockett. His first course of action with what Phil Brooks calls a pipe bomb was to thank the fans because, you know, he had been out for some time. He had been kayfabe injured by some of the goons for Ric Flair, and he was just coming back to truly thank the fans and be like a textbook definition of a babyface. And through this, he was talking about cards and different things the fans did for him, and it just gives the promo an interesting tone, and it really adds a different type of layer to Dusty's babyface character. Thanking Jim Crockett Promotions as well, and just overall putting himself over as the super humble guy in the face of adversity with this injury here. And bro, he gets straight to the point. It's not like one of those Cody promos on a random episode of WWE TV where he just rambles and rambles and rambles and talks about, so what do you want to talk about? No, he went straight into it, and he immediately goes into hammering at Flair. And holy shit, Dusty's off the bean here, bro. This dude just started teeing off, and it really is just one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen within like a 3.5 minute time frame. OG was different with this microphone shit. He put hard times on Rhodes and his family. Yeah, bro. You got it. That boy Dusty finna get his here, and he did. Because this promo is what turned Dusty into more than just the American dream. He turned into a true icon for the common man and the majority of the people in the United States of America who are living paycheck to paycheck and living off of one-income households. Saying Flair put hard times on Dede and his family by taking him out of work, like how it puts hard times on textile workers when they're out of work, or people when their jobs of 30 plus years get their positions taken by computers. That reminds me of something right now. When someone works somewhere so long, but it just can't pay the bills anymore. Hard times, daddy. That kind of reminds me of a certain era of living right now. Bro, I hate being 18 in the big 2025. Like, it's the worst time to be 18 years old, bro. Dede alleges that Ric Flair doesn't know hard times, and to be fair, his character sure doesn't. There's not a better character or rival this promo could have ever been directed towards. He also said that Rick put hard times on the entire country when he took Dusty out because he was the one who was fighting for all those people who are dealing with the aforementioned hard times. Dede. Dusty Rhodes is just Dusty Rhodes. It's impossible to truly explain his greatness. With all this talking about hard times, he leads into the famous "my belly's just a little big and my honey's just a little big" lines, and good God, Dusty, don't kill him now. Bro even talked about how he's bad. He's bad. Bro, he's a bad man, and we all know he's a bad man, daddy. The John Wayne reference goes crazy, by the way. Like, he's talking and talking and talking, and when I say he's talking and talking, he is spitting, bro. This entire segment is just a fever dream amongst the wrestling sphere, because who let this dude be this damn good with a talking stick in his hand, bro? He continues to go on and on about the people and how the world's heavyweight championship is theirs, and he just starts alluding to him reaching out to the people at home to drive home the point that this is for you, daddy. It's so good. It's so good, bro. It's so fucking good. Like, there's just so many subtleties here that's just so good. He just really, like, it's really just a magnum opus of micwork. And he also mentions his father, like, bro, this shit really real, bro. The Hard Times promo was a different level of peak. This dude killing that boy Flair without even letting him fight back. Like, this is like when your boy's getting jumped and you just can't jump in because you know you'll get your ass kicked too. The fuck just happened? My computer just started making noise. What the hell? Everything just losing its damn mind right now. Everything's not working, but like, you know, it is what it is. But anywho, it's literally like, ref, do something. Like that, like, bro, Flair on his knees begging for ref, do something. He's on his knees for a lot of things, but like right now, he's on his knees for ref, do something. And I mean, to be fair, he kinda did. So let's talk about it. The repercussions of this promo led to one of the most iconic matches of all time. Dusty versus Flair at Starcade 85, as we've alluded to before. A match in which Duddy won but got screwed out of the title due to a reversed decision. A quote-unquote Dusty finish. You dastardly bitch, Flair. Even more hard times were put on to Duddy, but by God, a working man never gives up. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you best believe Duddy wasn't gonna give up now. He had to boss up and get back on that bullshit and come back a literal year later at Starcade 86 to finally actually take the belt from Flair. It was the penultimate climax in a beautiful story that shaped the landscaping of wrestling in a different light forever. This story is one that will never be forgotten due to the sheer star quality, name value, and overall greatness it has hidden inside of it. The Starcade 86 match is technically more known than the one from the year before because it was Dusty's eventual retrieval of the top prize, but 85 had so much more emotion built into it from the Hard Times promo, and everything from before it just made everything so much more beautiful. This is real long-term booking, you bald fraud. When comparing it to other great promos of all time, like the Pipe Bomb, Dolph Ziggler loving things without them loving him back promo, the Roman Reigns suffering succotash promo, or really anything that you can think of that's a game changer, Hard Times stacks up perfectly, and in my opinion overpowers them in sheer greatness. But that's just a theory. A wrestling theory that didn't go over as what I thought it was gonna go over as. All in all, Hard Times left a stamp on the history of wrestling and is still spoken of by every grandpa that remembers the quote-unquote glory days of wrestling. There should be classes in K-12 schooling that teach you the fundamental greatness of the American dream Dusty Rhodes. The Dusty and Flair rivalry is something that could have entire university courses centered around it, and I might make a petition at mine to make it a real thing. Give me what I want! The American Dream made himself the hero of the common man even more here, and it gave the large majority of people someone to truly look up to in the ring. Dusty, in my opinion, was the greatest babyface of all time, and you really can't shape my mind on that. Rest in peace, Dusty, and thank you for your masterpiece and the magnum opus of all wrestling promos. And speaking of which, I have like 3 essays due this week, and an exam. I hate being a college student. That's Hard Times, daddy. Oh my god. To transition out of this video though, fuck me. My RAs came in for housing like midway through this video, so yeah, that was an uncomfortable conversation, but they figured out I have a $5 OnlyFans like subscription service now, so let's go. But anyway, to actually transition out of this video, I want to say thank you to every single one of you who took time out of your day to watch this video. Love you, appreciate you. Some more people came in my room. It happened again because I guess Noah Boa, or just Noah Boa is such a hot commodity in these streets, I guess. The only time anyone wants to talk to me is when I'm recording. But anywho, thank you for sticking around to this. If you have, thank you for taking time out of your day to watch this video. If you liked it and if I earned it, I would appreciate it if you left a like on the video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Insert whole spiel about the Discord server. You should definitely join the Discord server. But this video, I'm not really going to talk about that, or talk about my live streams, because I've already done that in multiple videos. But I'm launching an Instagram page now for the channel, so if you want to follow it, the link will be in the description, as well as the pinned comments. Yeah, I had a comment a little bit ago talking about social media pages, so you know, I thought maybe I should make one. Yeah, appreciate you guys once again for taking time out of your day to watch this video. Y'all stay safe. God bless.